Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're going to talk about something that can completely change your life. Focus. Many people have dreams. Many people have goals. But very few people can stay focused long enough to achieve them. Why? Because the world is full of distractions. Phones, negative thoughts, fear, overthinking, people's opinions, and slowly, your mind becomes weak. You start many things, but finish nothing. But the good news is, focus is not talent. Focus is a skill. And like every skill, you can train it. So today, you will learn 10 powerful lessons to keep your focus strong and protect your mind from distractions. These lessons are simple, practical, and life-changing. Lesson 1. Imagine yourself in the future. One of the biggest reasons people lose focus is because they cannot clearly see where they're going. They wake up every day, but they move without direction. They work, but without vision. They try, but without purpose. And when there is no clear future in your mind, distractions become stronger. Laziness becomes stronger. Excuses become stronger. That is why imagining your future is so powerful, because your future vision gives your mind direction. Think about this. When a person knows exactly where they want to go, they naturally become more focused. For example, if someone truly wants to become healthy, they start thinking differently. They become more careful about food. They exercise more. They protect their energy. Why? Because they can see the future they want. The same thing happens with every goal. When your future becomes clear, your actions become stronger. Now understand this important truth. Your brain follows pictures, not only words. If you constantly imagine failure, your brain becomes weak. If you constantly imagine success, your brain becomes motivated. That is why you must train your mind to see a better future. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine your future self. Imagine yourself more confident, more disciplined, more successful, more peaceful. Imagine yourself speaking English fluently. Imagine yourself achieving your goals. Imagine yourself becoming the person you always wanted to become. This is not useless dreaming. This is mental direction. Your brain needs a reason to stay focused. Without a reason, the mind becomes lazy. Many people say, "I cannot focus." But sometimes the real problem is, they don't have a strong vision. When your future excites you, focus becomes easier. Now let's go deeper. Imagining your future also helps during difficult times. There will be days when you feel tired, days when you feel distracted, days when you want to quit. In those moments, your future vision becomes your strength. You remember why you started. You remember what you are building. And this pushes you forward. Think about athletes. Think about successful people. They don't only focus on today's pain, they focus on tomorrow's reward. That future picture gives them energy. Now here is something very important. Your future must feel personal, not someone else's dream. Your dream. Don't imagine success only because other people want it. Imagine a future that truly matters to you. Maybe you want confidence. Maybe you want freedom. Maybe you want peace. Maybe you want to support your family. Whatever it is, make it clear in your mind. Now let's talk about a simple daily habit. Every morning, spend a few minutes imagining your future life. See yourself improving. See yourself growing. See yourself succeeding. Feel it emotionally, not just mentally. This creates strong motivation inside your brain. And slowly, Your daily actions start matching your vision. Now imagine two people. One person has no vision. They move through life without direction. The other person clearly sees their future. They know what they want. They remind themselves every day. Who will stay more focused? The answer is clear. Because focus becomes powerful when purpose becomes clear. Another important thing is this. Your future vision helps you say no to distractions. When you know what you truly want, you stop wasting time on things that destroy your focus. You protect your energy. You protect your attention. You protect your goals. Now remember this powerful line. A clear future creates a focused mind. So don't live without direction. Don't move through life blindly. See your future clearly. Think about it daily. Use it as fuel. Because when your future becomes strong in your mind, your focus becomes stronger in your life. Lesson 2. Figure out where to start. Many people lose focus before they even begin. Not because they are lazy, not because they are weak, but because they feel overwhelmed. They have too many thoughts, too many goals, too many ideas. And because of this, their mind becomes confused. They think, there is too much to do. I don't know where to begin. What if I choose the wrong step? So instead of starting, they keep thinking, and thinking, and thinking. This is one of the biggest enemies of focus. Overthinking without action. Now understand this clearly. You do not need to know every step before you begin. You only need to know the first step. Many people wait for perfect clarity, but clarity often comes after action, not before it. Think about driving at night. You cannot see the entire road. You only see a small part in front of you. But that small light is enough to keep moving. Life works the same way. You don't need to see everything. You just need to start. Now let's take a simple example. Someone wants to improve their English. They think, I need grammar. I need vocabulary. I need confidence. I need pronunciation. I need fluency. And because there are too many things, they feel mentally tired before even starting. But what if they simply started with one small step? For example, I will speak English for 10 minutes daily. Now the goal becomes clear, the mind becomes calm, and focus becomes easier. This is why starting small is powerful. Small action removes mental pressure. Many people think big goals create motivation. But sometimes, big goals create fear. Your brain feels safer when the task feels simple. That is why small beginnings matter. Now here is another important truth. Action creates momentum. When you do one small task, your brain feels progress, and progress creates motivation. But when you do nothing, your mind feels heavy. You feel guilty. You lose focus even more. That is why the first step is so important. Now let's talk about perfection. Many people delay action because they want the perfect plan. They want the perfect time, the perfect mood, the perfect method. But perfection is often just fear hiding behind excuses. No journey starts perfectly. Every successful person started confused, started small, started imperfectly. The difference is, they started. Now imagine two people. One person spends months planning, but never begins. The other person takes one small action every day. After some time, who will move forward? The answer is obvious, because movement creates clarity, not endless thinking. Now here is a powerful habit. When you feel overwhelmed, ask yourself one simple question. What is the smallest step I can take right now? Not tomorrow, not next week. Right now. Maybe it is reading one page. Maybe it is practicing English for 5 minutes. Maybe it is writing one idea. Small steps still count. And when you repeat small steps daily, they become big progress. Another important thing is this. Do not compare your beginning to someone else's middle. Many people lose focus because they look at others and feel behind. But every person has a different journey. Focus on your next step, not someone else's results. Now let's go deeper. Starting also builds confidence. Every time you take action, you prove something to yourself. You prove, I can move forward. I can improve. I can handle this. And slowly, your focus becomes stronger because your belief becomes stronger. Now remember this powerful line. You do not need to have everything figured out. You only need to begin. Stop waiting for perfect clarity. Stop waiting for perfect confidence. Take one step, then another, because focus grows through action, and action always begins with one small start. Lesson 3. Check in with yourself regularly. Many people are busy all day, but they are not truly focused. They move from one thing to another. Work, phone, social media, random thoughts, distractions, and slowly, their mind becomes noisy. Their energy becomes weak. Their focus disappears. Why does this happen? Because they never stop and check themselves. They never ask, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? Is this helping my future? This is why checking in with yourself regularly is so important. It brings awareness, and awareness protects focus. Now understand this clearly. A distracted mind often works automatically. You do things without thinking deeply. You waste time without noticing. You lose energy without understanding why. But when you pause and check yourself, you wake your mind up. You become more conscious, more clear, more focused. Think about a driver on a long road. If the driver never checks direction, the car can slowly move the wrong way. Life works the same way. If you never stop and reflect, you may spend years moving in the wrong direction. Now let's go deeper. Checking in with yourself means observing your thoughts, actions, and habits honestly. For example, maybe you plan to study, but instead, you spend 2 hours scrolling on your phone. Without awareness, you repeat this behavior every day. But if you pause and ask, why did I waste this time? You start understanding yourself better. This understanding helps you improve. Now here is something very important. Checking in with yourself is not about attacking yourself. It is not about saying, I am useless. I always fail. No, it is about honesty and growth. You observe yourself calmly, like a teacher helping a student. For example, I lost focus today because I felt tired. I became distracted because I had no clear plan. This type of reflection is powerful because awareness creates change. Now let's talk about emotions. Sometimes you lose focus not because of laziness, but because something is happening inside you. Stress, fear, pressure, negative thinking. If you ignore these emotions, they slowly damage your focus. But when you check in with yourself, you notice what is happening inside your mind, and this gives you power. Now imagine two people. One person lives automatically. No reflection, no awareness, no self-checking. The other person pauses regularly. They observe their thoughts. They learn from mistakes. They adjust their actions. Who will become more focused over time? The answer is clear, because focus grows with awareness. Now here is a simple daily habit. At the end of the day, ask yourself a few questions. What did I do well today? What distracted me today? What can I improve tomorrow? These simple questions create mental clarity. Another powerful habit is checking yourself during the day. Pause for a moment and ask, am I focused right now? Am I doing something meaningful? This small pause can stop hours of distraction. Now let's go deeper again. Self-checking also helps you protect your energy. Sometimes certain habits, places, or people drain your focus. But if you never reflect, you never notice the pattern. Awareness helps you remove things that weaken your mind. And slowly, your focus becomes stronger because your life becomes clearer. Now remember this powerful truth. You cannot improve what you never observe. If you want a focused life, you must become aware of your own mind. So stop moving through life unconsciously. Pause, reflect, observe yourself honestly, because every moment of awareness strengthens your focus. And every honest reflection brings you closer to the person you want to become. Lesson 4. Talk to yourself in a caring way. Many people want to improve their focus, but they destroy themselves with their own thoughts. They say things like, I am useless. I always fail. I can't do anything right. I am not smart enough. And slowly, these words become part of their mind. Now understand this clearly. The way you talk to yourself affects your focus more than you realize. If your inner voice is always negative, your mind becomes tired. Your confidence becomes weak. Your energy disappears because your brain listens to you. Think about this. If someone insulted you every day, would you feel strong and motivated? No. You would feel hurt. You would feel discouraged. But many people do this to themselves every single day. They become their own biggest enemy. Now here is the truth. Focus grows better in a calm and supportive mind, not in a mind full of hate and pressure. This does not mean you become lazy. This does not mean you stop improving. It means you learn to guide yourself with patience instead of destroying yourself with negativity. Think about a good teacher. A good teacher corrects mistakes, but also encourages the student. Your inner voice should do the same. Instead of saying, I am so stupid, say, I made a mistake, but I can improve. Instead of saying, I never stay focused, say, I am learning how to focus step by step. These small changes are powerful because words shape your mindset. Now let's go deeper. Negative self-talk creates mental stress. When your brain hears negative thoughts all day, it becomes emotionally tired. And an emotionally tired mind cannot focus properly. You may sit down to work, but inside your mind, there is already pressure and fear. This makes concentration difficult. But when you speak to yourself in a caring way, your mind feels safer. Your brain relaxes. Your focus becomes stronger. Now imagine two people. One person constantly attacks themselves. Every mistake becomes a reason for self-hate. The other person speaks kindly to themselves. They still improve. They still work hard. But they stay patient during the process. Who will stay mentally stronger? The answer is clear. Because growth becomes easier when your mind feels supported. Now here is something very important. Talking kindly to yourself is not weakness. It is emotional intelligence. You are creating an environment inside your mind where focus and growth can survive. Another important thing is forgiveness. Sometimes you lose focus. Sometimes you waste time. Sometimes you fail. That does not mean your journey is over. Everyone has difficult days. Everyone struggles sometimes. The important thing is to continue, not to destroy yourself because of one bad moment. Now here is a simple daily practice. Whenever you notice negative thoughts, pause. Replace them with calm and supportive words. For example, I am improving slowly. I can learn from this. I will try again tomorrow. I don't need to be perfect. These thoughts create mental strength. Another powerful habit is speaking positively to yourself before important tasks. For example, I can focus. I will give my best. I can handle this. This prepares your brain emotionally. And slowly, your confidence becomes stronger. Your stress becomes smaller. Your focus becomes clearer. Now remember this powerful truth. The voice inside your mind becomes the direction of your life. If your inner voice destroys you, your focus weakens. But if your inner voice supports you, your focus grows. So be careful how you speak to yourself, because you are listening every single day. Talk to yourself with patience. Talk to yourself with respect. Talk to yourself like someone worth helping, because a kind mind is a strong mind. And a strong mind can stay focused even during difficult times. Lesson 5. Try journaling. Many people have a busy mind. Too many thoughts, too many worries, too many emotions. Their brain never feels quiet. Even when they sit down to focus, their mind keeps running. They think about the past. They worry about the future. They remember problems. They overthink small things. And because of this mental noise, focus becomes difficult. Now here is something powerful. Writing your thoughts down can calm your mind. This is called journaling. Journaling is simple. You take a notebook or paper, and you write your thoughts honestly. You don't need perfect grammar. You don't need beautiful writing. You just need honesty. Now understand this clearly. Your mind becomes clearer when your thoughts leave your head and move onto paper. Many people carry everything inside: stress, fear, confusion, and slowly, their mind becomes heavy. But when you write, you release mental pressure. Think about a messy room. When everything is scattered everywhere, it feels stressful. But when things become organized, the room feels calmer. Your mind works the same way. Journaling helps organize your thoughts. Now let's go deeper. Journaling also helps you understand yourself better. Sometimes you feel distracted, but you don't know why. When you write honestly, patterns become clear. Maybe you notice, I lose focus when I sleep late. I feel stressed after using social media too much. I feel calmer when I exercise. This awareness is powerful, because you cannot improve what you do not understand. Now here is another important benefit. Journaling reduces emotional pressure. Many people keep emotions trapped inside: anger, sadness, fear, frustration. And these emotions silently damage focus. But writing creates emotional release. You feel lighter, you feel calmer, and a calm mind focuses better. Now imagine two people. One person keeps every thought inside. The other person writes regularly and clears their mind. Who will feel mentally clearer? The answer is obvious. Now let's talk about what you can write. You can write about your day. You can write about your goals. You can write about your struggles. You can write about your feelings. For example, today I felt distracted. I used my phone too much. Tomorrow I want to focus better. Simple writing, but powerful reflection. Another powerful journaling habit is gratitude. Write a few things you are thankful for. This shifts your mind away from stress and negativity, and positivity improves focus. You can also write your goals every morning. For example, today I will study for 1 hour. Today I will avoid distractions. Today I will stay calm and focused. This gives your brain direction. Now here is something very important. Your journal is not for perfection. It is for honesty. Don't worry about mistakes. Don't try to sound smart. Just write naturally. Because the goal is not beautiful writing. The goal is mental clarity. Another powerful thing about journaling is this. It slows your thinking down. When thoughts stay only inside your head, everything feels fast and chaotic. But writing forces your brain to slow down and process clearly. This creates peace, and peace improves focus. Now remember this powerful truth. A crowded mind struggles to focus. A clear mind focuses naturally. Journaling helps create that clarity. So if your mind feels noisy, if your thoughts feel heavy, try writing, even for a few minutes daily. Because sometimes, the best way to clear your mind is to empty it onto paper. And when your mind becomes clearer, your focus becomes stronger, your emotions become calmer, and your life becomes more controlled. Lesson 6. Be specific. One of the biggest reasons people lose focus is because their goals are too vague. They say things like, I want success. I want to improve my life. I want to study more. But their mind does not know exactly what to do. And when the mind has no clear direction, focus becomes weak. Now understand this clearly. Your brain works better with clear instructions, not confusing instructions. Think about using a map. If you do not know where you want to go, the map cannot help you. Life works the same way. If your goals are unclear, your mind becomes confused. This is why being specific is powerful. Specific goals create clear action, and clear action creates focus. Let's take a simple example. Instead of saying, I want to improve my English, say, I will practice speaking English for 20 minutes every evening. Now the goal becomes clear. Your brain understands exactly what to do. Another example, instead of saying, I want to become healthy, say, I will walk for 30 minutes every morning and drink more water. This creates direction. Many people fail because their goals are too general. Their mind keeps asking, what should I do? When should I start? How much should I do? And because there is confusion, they delay action. But specific goals remove confusion. Now let's go deeper. Being specific also protects your energy. When your goals are unclear, you waste mental energy thinking too much. But when your goals are clear, your brain can focus directly on action. For example, a student says, I need to study. This feels heavy and unclear. But if the student says, I will study chapter 1 for 1 hour, the task feels manageable. Clarity reduces mental pressure. Now here is another important truth. Specific goals make progress easier to measure. If your goal is unclear, you never know if you are improving. But if your goal is specific, you can clearly see progress. For example, I will read 10 pages daily. At the end of the day, you know if you completed it or not. This creates discipline, and discipline strengthens focus. Now imagine two people. One person has vague goals, no clear plan, no clear action. The other person has specific goals, clear habits, clear direction. Who will stay more focused? The answer is obvious, because the mind follows clarity. Now let's talk about another important thing. Specific goals reduce procrastination. When tasks feel too big or confusing, your brain wants to avoid them. But when tasks feel clear and simple, starting becomes easier. For example, instead of saying, I need to clean everything, say, I will clean my desk first. One clear step creates momentum. and momentum creates focus. Now here is a powerful habit. Before starting your day, write down exactly what you want to do, not vague ideas, specific actions. For example, I will practice English speaking at 7 p.m. I will exercise for 20 minutes. I will finish one lesson today. This trains your brain to focus clearly. Another powerful thing about specificity is emotional clarity. When you know exactly what you want, your motivation becomes stronger. You stop wasting time on random distractions because your direction is clear. Now remember this powerful truth. A confused mind loses focus. A clear mind takes action. So stop being vague with your goals. Be specific, be clear, be direct. Tell your brain exactly what matters, exactly what to do, exactly where to focus. Because when your direction becomes clear, your focus becomes powerful. And when your focus becomes powerful, your progress becomes unstoppable. Lesson 7. Reflect on what you actually want. Many people lose focus because they are chasing goals that do not truly belong to them. They follow trends. They follow pressure. They follow what other people expect. And because of this, their mind becomes confused. Their motivation becomes weak. Their focus disappears. Now understand this clearly. It is very difficult to stay focused on a life you do not truly want. You may force yourself for some time, but deep inside, your mind feels disconnected. That is why reflection is important. You must stop sometimes and ask yourself, what do I actually want? Not what social media wants, not what other people want, not what society expects. What do you truly want? This question is powerful because clarity creates focus. Many people spend years chasing things that do not make them happy. More money, more attention, more approval. But inside, they still feel empty. Why? Because they never took time to understand themselves. Now let's go deeper. Sometimes you lose focus because your goal has no emotional connection. You may say, I want success. But what does success actually mean to you? Freedom? Peace? Confidence? Helping your family? A meaningful life? You must know the deeper reason. Because strong focus comes from strong meaning. When your goal truly matters to you, distractions become weaker. You stop wasting energy on unimportant things because your direction becomes clear. Think about this. If you truly want something from your heart, you naturally protect it. You naturally give it attention. But if you are chasing something only to impress others, your motivation becomes unstable. Now imagine two people. One person follows random goals because everyone else is doing the same thing. The other person deeply understands what they truly want in life. Who will stay more focused during difficult times? The answer is clear. Because real focus comes from inner clarity. Now here is another important truth. Your goals can change. And that is okay. Sometimes you grow. Sometimes you learn new things about yourself. That is why reflection should become a habit. Sit quietly sometimes. Ask yourself honest questions. What kind of life do I want? What truly matters to me? What makes me feel alive? What kind of person do I want to become? These questions help remove confusion. Now let's talk about comparison. Many people lose focus because they compare their life to others. They see someone successful online, and suddenly they change direction. Then they see another person, and change direction again. This destroys focus, because a distracted mind keeps chasing different things. Reflection helps you stay connected to your own path. Another important thing is emotional peace. When your goals match your true values, your mind feels calmer. You stop forcing yourself to become someone you are not, and a calm mind focuses better. Now here's a simple habit. Spend a few minutes every week reflecting on your life. Write your thoughts, think honestly. Ask yourself, am I moving toward the life I truly want? This habit creates awareness, and awareness protects focus. Now remember this powerful truth. You cannot stay focused on a path that does not feel meaningful to you. So stop blindly chasing everything. Pause, reflect. Understand yourself deeply. Because when you know what you truly want, your focus becomes stronger, your decisions become clearer, and your life moves in a right direction. Lesson 8. Focus on your basic needs. Many people want strong focus, but they ignore the basic things their mind and body need. They sleep late, they eat badly, they drink very little water, they never rest properly. And then they ask, why can't I focus? Now understand this clearly. A tired body creates a distracted mind. Your brain is part of your body. If your body feels weak, your focus becomes weak too. Think about a phone. If the battery is low, the phone becomes slow. Your brain works the same way. Without proper rest, food, and care, your mental energy drops. Many people try to force focus while ignoring their health, but real focus needs energy. Let's start with sleep. Sleep is extremely important for concentration. When you sleep properly, your brain recovers, your memory becomes stronger, your thinking becomes clearer. But when you sleep very little, your brain feels foggy. You become irritated easily. You lose concentration quickly. Even simple tasks start feeling difficult. That is why deep sleep is not laziness. It is mental recovery. Now let's talk about food. Your brain needs fuel. If you constantly eat unhealthy food, too much sugar, too much junk food, your energy becomes unstable. Sometimes you feel very active for a short time, then suddenly tired again. This affects your focus badly. But when you eat healthier food, your energy becomes more balanced. Your brain works better. Your concentration improves. Now let's talk about water. Many people forget this simple thing. Your brain needs hydration. Even small dehydration can reduce focus and mental clarity. That is why drinking enough water matters more than people realize. Now let's talk about rest. Some people believe resting is wasting time. This is not true. A brain that never rests becomes exhausted. You cannot stay focused for long if your mind is always under pressure. Sometimes the best thing you can do for focus is to take a small break. Walk outside, breathe deeply, relax your mind. This refreshes your mental energy. Now let's go deeper. Basic needs also include emotional needs. If your mind feels emotionally overwhelmed, focus becomes difficult. Stress, anxiety, loneliness, negative thinking. All these things quietly damage concentration. That is why self-care matters, not only physically, but emotionally too. Now imagine two people. One person ignores sleep, health, rest, and emotional balance. The other person takes care of their body and mind properly. Who will focus better? The answer is obvious. Because focus is not only mental discipline, focus is also energy management. Now here is a powerful habit. Before forcing yourself to work harder, ask yourself, did I take care of my basic needs? Did you sleep enough? Did you eat properly? Did you rest? Did you drink water? Did you calm your mind? Sometimes your problem is not laziness. Sometimes your brain is simply exhausted. Another important thing is balance. Working nonstop does not always create better results. Sometimes it only creates burnout. A balanced life creates a stronger mind. And a stronger mind creates stronger focus. Now remember this powerful truth. Your brain cannot perform well if your body is suffering. So stop ignoring your basic needs. Take care of your health. Take care of your energy. Take care of your peace. Because when your body feels strong, your mind becomes clearer. And when your mind becomes clearer, focus becomes much easier. Lesson 9. Find a new hobby. Many people think focus only comes from hard work. They believe, I must work all the time. I must stay serious all day. But this is not true. Your mind also needs freshness. Your mind needs healthy enjoyment. And this is where hobbies become powerful. A good hobby can refresh your brain. It can reduce stress. It can improve your mental energy. And when your mental energy improves, your focus becomes stronger. Now understand this clearly. A tired mind cannot focus properly. If your brain only experiences pressure every day, it slowly becomes exhausted. That is why hobbies matter. They give your mind space to breathe. A hobby is something healthy you enjoy doing, something that relaxes your mind without destroying your energy. For example, reading, drawing, writing, playing music, walking, photography, learning a skill, gardening. These activities may look simple, but they help your brain in powerful ways. Now let's go deeper. A good hobby improves concentration naturally. When you deeply enjoy something, your mind becomes present. You focus naturally without forcing yourself. For example, when someone loves painting, they can spend hours focused on details. Why? Because interest creates attention. This teaches your brain how to stay present. And that skill helps in other parts of life too. Now here's another important benefit. Hobbies reduce mental stress. Many people carry pressure all day, work pressure, study pressure, life pressure. And without healthy release, the mind becomes heavy. But hobbies create emotional balance. They calm the brain. They refresh emotions. And a refreshed brain focuses better. Now imagine two people. One person only works all day with no mental break. The other person works hard, but also spends time on healthy hobbies. Who will feel mentally stronger after a few months? The answer is clear, because balance protects focus. Now let's talk about unhealthy habits. Many people think scrolling endlessly on social media is relaxation, but often, it makes the mind even more distracted. A real hobby gives energy, not mental exhaustion. That is why choosing the right hobby matters. A good hobby should help your mind feel lighter, calmer, and more alive. Another powerful thing about hobbies is confidence. When you improve at something enjoyable, your brain feels progress, and progress creates positive energy. This positive energy spreads into other areas of life. Now here is a simple habit. Try something new. Even if you are not perfect, even if you feel awkward at first, maybe you discover something that truly helps your mind. Another important thing is this. Hobbies also help you disconnect from stress for a while. Your mind cannot stay under pressure every second. It needs moments of peace and creativity too. And those moments help restore your focus. Now remember this powerful truth. A healthy mind needs more than work. It also needs joy. So don't feel guilty for having healthy hobbies. They are not distractions from life. They help improve life. Find something meaningful, something positive, something that refreshes your brain. Because when your mind feels refreshed, your focus becomes stronger. Your energy becomes better. and your life becomes more balanced. Lesson 10. Avoid people who make you feel bad about yourself. The people around you affect your focus more than you realize. If you stay around negative people all the time, people who insult you, judge you, or make you doubt yourself, your mind becomes tired and distracted. It becomes difficult to focus when your confidence is always under attack. That is why protecting your energy is important. Stay around people who support your growth, people who encourage you, people who make you feel stronger, calmer, and more motivated. This does not mean you hate others. It means you protect your mental peace. A healthy environment creates a healthy mind, and a healthy mind focuses better. So remember this simple truth. Not everyone deserves access to your energy. Choose your circle carefully, because the right people can strengthen your focus, and the wrong people can destroy it. Focus can change your entire life. Small daily habits, small daily choices, create a strong mind over time. So protect your energy, stay disciplined, and keep moving forward even on difficult days. And if this video helped you, make sure you like, share, and subscribe for more powerful videos that help you grow mentally and emotionally. I will see you in the next video.